Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Backstage Bimbo TV. My name is Allison Rouse, your most notorious groupie, and author of We've Got Tonight, The Life and Times of Notorious Groupie, me, written and lived by me. Link to my book is down in the description along with my merchandise, along with all kinds of other stuff, so check that links out. See what I've got, because I've got some new merchandise that was absolutely 100% inspired by you guys. That's right, Katie Reagan, a few others. We've got some awesome new merchandise over there, so go check out that link. And don't forget to subscribe, you guys. For those 53% that are just watching, I love the fact that you are watching me regularly, that you guys are finding me. But subscribe so we can get to know each other and you can be part of all the cool people that are here. All right. And speaking of cool people, guess what we're doing today? Another vlog inspired by one of my subscribers, BR Rock and Roll. Thank you so much for this topic subject suggestion. Absolutely great idea. We are going to talk today about my list of lovers. The full list, because my original book, I had it in the back, but I took it out. I have it on my old defunct website that I don't ever use and I haven't used in years, but that I used kind of to get a feel of things when I first started doing the book and entering in this world, and had some really great conversations with some really awesome people over there. So absolutely 100% sorry. I know I'm always adjusting. But so this has been over there for a long time, but it's for members only. So if you're not a member, we're going to go through this list today. And we're going to have another one of these ones because I love the name and it fits so well, because at least 3 of these rockers told me I was Princess. Someone did call me Princess Yum Yum one night, and I just loved the name of this beer from Denver Beer, Colorado. Absolutely love the name, so we got to have it. So everybody grab your Yum Yums, kick up your feet, and let's have a little cocktail and rocktail, shall we? Cheers, big ears. I do really like this Kolsch. It's got a slight raspberry. Really great. Just easy drinking, not overdone. Love it. And you know how I love a good brew. Okay, folks. So, we're going to get into this today. So we're going to kind of just do a little rundown, and I'll try and do it like, Johnny Cash did his I've Been Everywhere song. Apparently I have been everywhere. All right, so James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden, Rob Dickinson, his cousin of Catherine Will. I like families, apparently. Eric Carvkiss, woo, biggest dick I had at that time. Oh. Rick Savage, tore up my number. Yeah. Frank Hannon, Tommy Skio, how that little threesome, something, but kept saying Frank. James Lomenzo in his White Lion days, but now that he's back in Megadeth again, I guess that makes 3 guys in Megadeth I've slept with. Oh, God, if you think I'm just some dumb whore, you guys are so mistaken. There's a difference between dumb whore and man-eater. Man-eater, right here. All right, where was I? Because this list gets pretty big, guys. It's under 100, don't worry. So, where was I? James Lomenzo, Randy Castillo, Dave Mustaine, as we know, and years later, Dave Ellefson, Mike Clark of Suicidal Tendencies. He was a lot of fun. He signed my panties. And then after I took him off the next morning, we were together and stuff, but after we were together, we went into one of the other rooms to party with everybody else. And he signed my panties. And when I looked at him the next morning, I realized I had him on wrong side out. Because Mike and I just got done. I used to have his original hat, too, but it got stolen when my storage unit was broken into. So then Mila Petrosa of Creator, he's coming. Ooh, bass player. 13-year bass player, which is not Dave Ellefson, guys. Everybody's been trying to guess, so I will probably do a little vlog on him. But we'll see. Okay. Tom Peterson of Cheap Trick, that one's coming for someone special. Someone that I love to death, who absolutely is a kindred spirit, and I think she's an amazing woman. So Richie Sambora of Bon Hose Me is as I call them. Till Lindemann of Rammstein, Klaus Meine of the Scorpions, John Taylor of Duran Duran, of course Steve Jones of the Sex Pistols, John Christ of Danzig, Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, Glenn Tipton of Judas Priest, Mick Jagger, Toby Keith, John Entwistle, Nikki Sixx, Kip Winger, Ross from Sublime, AJ from Backstreet Boys, Dave What's His Butt from the Romantics. I don't have to know all their names, do I? Because some of them just weren't screaming. And we'll learn more about that Dave from the Romantics. What's that his name? Another bass player. Okay, but we'll get into that story later. All right, Dave Gaughan of Depeche Mode, of course. Jay Aston of Gene Loves Jezebel. Now, online on some Who's Dated Who site, it says Jay Aston. That's a woman. I don't know who the fuck that is, but I sure know who Jay Aston of Gene Loves Jezebel, one of the twin brothers, is. So yeah, that's him. So don't believe everything you read, because that same website, Who's Dated Who, has my birthday in July. No, it's August 29th. I'm all Virgo, baby. Yep. All right, so where was I? Jay Aston. Josh from the Bloodhound Gang. I don't know. I think that was his name. There's a whole nother story about how that happened, because I was not originally with him. I was with someone else that was... Anyway. But, and a phone call happened to my house. So I was like, hey, sup? You know, boredom. Marty Piper from the church, which they're coming soon. I mean, he's married and I don't go there, so. All right. David Lee Roth, obviously, we know about that. Cliff Williams from AC/DC, we've already vlogged about him and the 3 deaths that happened at that show. A legendary night in rock and roll. Horribly legendary. Gary Bears from InXS, which that's coming too, just like he did several times. Axel from GNR, I didn't any time with him. My Vincent Paul, of course. Scott D. Wayne Dalhover from Dangerous Toys, which I've already filmed your video, Scott, so it's a coming. So batten down the hatches, honey. And you still need to get up to the right mountains. God, you're always in the wrong mountains, Scott Dwayne. All right, John Sykes from Thin Lizzy Blue Murder and co-inventor of the infamous Upside Down Tour Bus trick. That's vlog 2, so everybody, you need to go through all my vlogs. Don't just look at the cover and go, nah, that doesn't look fun. Oh, trust me, never judge my vlogs by their thumbnails. All right. Lemmy, of course, done Lemmy lots, have his card and everything. Used to call each other quite a bit. I mean, not tons and tons, just for like a month, for 6 months. So... Johnny from King Cobra, which, again, this Who's Dated Who site has the bass player. No, this was the lead singer. He was much hotter than that bass player, trust me. And more interesting. And, of course, we know the guy I turned 18 years old with. The first to have me legally was Bobby Ellsworth, or Blitz from Overkill. Then I've talked about Henrik Ostergaard from Dirty Looks. Yeah. A little bit. There's so much more to talk about him. I just don't go into it, though. Of course, Chuck Billy from Testament. And keep in mind, a lot of these guys I had over and over. Like, of course, we know James Hetfield. You know, Toby Keith, I had him a few times. I really wasn't in the game because I was just like, I don't know who this guy is until Danny, she was with Steve Warner. And he's like, you really should be with him. He's going to be a big country star one day. And I was like, okay, back in the game. Because I'm a man-eater. And if you're going to eat men, they might as well be musicians. Because they're just more fun to eat. And be eaten by. Oh, dear. All right, we're going to talk about Ron Reinhart from Dark Angel. Oh, that was a fun one. Hey, Ron. Hey, Sean. Anyway. Oh, and there was that wild weekend that I've already vlogged about. Again, go check this one out. Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider, Alan Covert, and their hot friend Greg. He's the guy with the black hair, the hottest one in all of the Adam Sandler movies. And they were in town for an Easter weekend with me and my old roommate, Crazy Lisa. That was a fun-ass weekend, like I said. All this is down there. Go check them out. All right, Simon Gallup from The Cure. God, okay, I've got to write... because there's so much stuff to talk about, not just the sex I've done with rock stars and stuff, because it is so much bigger than that I forget sometimes, that I need to film about Simon, and I've promised this and different people, so I will get there. Oh, and there's Frank Arsty from Fate's Warning, which I've talked about in my another vlog where I've already talked about Scott Dalhover and running into Steve Jones on New Year's Eve. It's the one with the sign. Signs everywhere, the signs. You never know where it's going to take you. Yeah, so there's that. So read about that. He's in there, but, where am I? Oh, Jesus. I've said that so many times on the road, woken up. Where am I? All right, Simon Frank Arsty from Fate's Warning, but he, like I said, he was the one I pulled out all the condoms with on accident. The look on his face, man. You want me to use all those tonight? Give it a shot. Why the hell not? Might as well. All right. Saw the original drummer from Typo Negative and Life of Agony. I met him in New York City during that crazy 2 weeks where we ditched Def Leppard and I found Duran Duran. And many, many other things. We were partying with the club kids. I mean, like I said, my book is so much bigger than just rock and roll. It's so many different genres. Obviously, speaking of different genres, there was Be Real from Cypress Hill. Danny from Mind Bomb. Got off a plane from New York after coming back from ditching Def Leppard, and Marie and I ran into another band, and that was Danny from Mind Bomb. Because back then there was never a shortage of musicians around, and there still aren't, ladies. You just got to open your eyes and know where to go. All right, Owen Wright from My Sister's Machine. Hey, Owen, this is Jerry Cantrell's best friend. He's a bass player, one of the coolest guys I met. Just fucking an awesome, cool guy that you could just be friends with for the rest of your life because he's just non-judgmental, so mellow, so sweet, and truly kind in his soul. Really liked him. I've talked about Clint Mansell from Pop Will Eat Itself. Most of you know him as a Hollywood film scorer these days. A music composer with mostly Darren Aronofsky films. He's won a lot of awards. Bret Michaels from Poison. I invented the tap, tap, tap because of him. If you don't know what the tap, 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 tap is, ladies, that's when... Excuse me, sir, while you're, I don't know what you're doing down there, but no, you need to... If that's an indication, then we're done here. Tap, tap, tap. Pardon me, sir. Yeah, it means you're not doing a good job. All right, Ethan from this band, White Trash. They had a couple hits in the early 90s. New York band, totally cool guy. Had a blast with him. Had a threesome with him and my friend Sir Mateys. Yep. Not into chicks, but sometimes you're like, okay, why the fuck not? I mean, like I said, we didn't touch each other. We just played with him. All right, Tim Gaines of Stryper, as we know, that was one of my first vlogs. Phil Cavano, when I met him, he was in Blitzbeer, but most of you will know him from the band Monster Magnet. And we will get into that too, because this is another story about somebody I already slept with, crossing bands, or touring with a band. Yeah, that happens when more than one guy you're sleeping with is on tour at the same time with each other. That's one of those stories. And a few roadies, a couple crown princes from the Middle East, and a partridge in a friggin' pear tree. I'm reading this from my old website from the forums. So it's called We've Got Tonight Official. I haven't even been on there in years. I'm going to probably delete it soon. It says, I know there's a few that I've forgotten and will probably update this as I remember. Oh, God. There was some guy from, that guy from Flame. Flame was some band out of San Francisco. Steve was his name. He was good friends with my friend Krista's fiance and now ex-husband at the time. You guys have read the book about Krista. It was one of our New Year's Eve in San Francisco. So there was Steve from Flame. There really hasn't been any new guys since this list, except for my ex, my childhood sweetheart, that I lived with. It was the worst fucking 2 years of my life. The worst 2.5 years, like total fucking hell. I would not wish that hell on anybody. But yeah, there's really no one knew. Yeah, so there you guys go. There's my list. I think it's like 78, so it's still under 100. And one day I'll go through and tell you how good all of them were. Rob Dickinson was better than his cousin Bruce Dickinson, that's for sure. Rick Savage, fun enough to do more than once, but it's kind of fun going on the road with him too, which Frank Hannon, obviously I kept seeing him because he was the best out of the ones that I had that threesome little, because I never had a threesome before, so I wanted one, so I did it. I vlogged about it again, one of the very first ones. It's the first Def Leppard part 1, so go down guys, go in my scroll away. Alright, and I'll make a playlist because I'm really kind of computer illiterate. I don't know how to fucking do it, but I'm trying to make one as someone suggested. So, trying to get there for you, but... And then bass player, like I said, bass player was pretty fucking amazing, which is why we saw each other for 13 years. James Hetfield, some of the best sex I ever had. Absolutely. But we all know the best sex. Dave Gahan. Ugh! Dirty, dirty, fucking hot. Just, So, we'll get into more about that, though, as I'll do a part 2 of this. Who was good, who was bad, and who got the tap, tap, tap. Besides Jonathan from Korn and Bret Michaels. So, there you guys go. There is my full list of Luvas. Yep. Trying to think if there was anybody else that I'm forgetting that's non-rock and roll. I mean, yes, there was Mark, who's really amazing international businessman, who I'm still awesome friends with today, that will always have a piece of my heart. There was, of course, Salah, the Saudi crown prince. After we broke up, I dated another. The crown, Salah is the Saudi prince. The crown prince is the guy who's next in line for the throne. Oh, excuse me, bear burps. Sorry, excuse. But so there was another one I dated after him, Dodi Lee. He is the actual crown prince of Sharjah, which is a principality in United Arab Emirates, where you guys would know Dubai. In Bahrain and stuff. Bahrain is its own little island in the Gulf. But anyway, so there was an actor that was filming a refilm of a certain Blue-Eyed Singer's film when I first went to Vegas. We had a nice little, about 6-week hangout in my hotel room. But I don't talk about him. Maybe I will. Maybe you've already figured out who the fuck it is, but... So there's him, and oh god, he's everything that you would fucking want that actor to be. Oh, daddy, fuck yeah. So yeah, still under 100. So not a total whore, because when you think about it, and quite honestly, I've been single for a while now, so ain't nobody in the picture. So when you think about it, it's really not that much. And most of these guys, I had repeat or very long term. Like John Entwistle, like bass player, like Vinnie Paul, like seeing the guys in Metallica and James for years. So a lot of these guys I saw more than once. It wasn't just a one-night stand with me. So, yeah. I'm not ashamed of it. But there you guys go. And I wonder who exactly will be the next one on my list. Don't know, we'll see. Now that certain fingers are naked. Anyway, so there you guys go. Hope you enjoyed that little list. Pause, go through it, whatever. Go to We've Got Tonight Official and go to the forums. You have to be a member. Like I said, go read it. I kept it around for so many years because there was a lot of really great discussions. I put some funny blogs up there and stuff. So go there, check it out, because I am going to delete that website soon, probably build another one. I don't know. So, yeah, there you guys go. Hope you enjoyed the list today. Thank you again for the suggestion. I really, really love it. Glad you came up with that idea. Because, yes, it used to be in the book, but I took it out years ago, so it's not there anymore. It was the very last page in the book, the list of lovers. So, yeah. Let's see who the next one is. Let's see who I'm going to add to that list or revisit. Because, like I said, they all come back sooner or later. Never fails. All right, guys. Thanks again for all the love and support and all the questions, all the everybody's doing to get this channel out there. For those of you who are stumbling on it, glad to meet you. Welcome. Subscribe. Have fun with us. And we will, don't forget, like I said, subscribe. Hit my bells. And come join me for all the cocktails and rocktails, guys. Lots of love. Cheers, big ears.